As she said, my name's Cody and I'm in the facility service AC shop. I'm a HVAC specialist one, and I'm gonna go over preventive maintenance at your home with your HVAC systems. I'm gonna first start out with pretty easy, something most people already do on a regular, like change filters. Changing filters is really important. Like if you have indoor pets like cats or dogs, if you don't change your filters, it'll eventually get to your evaporator cool and it'll be hard for your unit to meet your desired temperatures. And I also received a question earlier this week. Let me read it off here. Hold on one second. Okay, it said, what filtration rating for filters do you recommend? I want to filter the air as much as possible, but I don't want to cause damage to the HVAC system. Well, in residential heat and air, a MERV 13 is about the greatest grade you can get without smothering out your system. MERV stands for minimum efficiency reporting values. And as far as I'd go, like I said, MERV 13 will do just fine without choking anything down. They can be a little hard to get a hold of, but it'd be a little easier to order them online. But on to my next thing. Cleaning cools on your condensing unit outside, your people like to call your outdoor unit. Cleaning cools and straightening fins if needed is very important, because without that, if your cools ain't clean and your fins ain't straight on them, it can't breathe, it can't eject heat off the cools, it can't get the right heat transfer it needs. So like just once a year or something would be great. If you can go out there with a water hose, real gently, not much pressure, just clean your cools. And if you had like a hailstorm or something in the past that could have dented some cools, bent them in, it'd be really good to get like a fin comb or something that can straighten them out. On to my next thing. For people like me, I live kind of at the foot of a mountain, like more in the woods there, like your thermostat wire that's exposed outside. Squirrels, chipmunks, stuff like that, they really love to chew on that thermoplastic. They've chewed mine several times. It finally took me putting it in seal tight from the house to unit to get them off of it. I mean, it'll ground out and you'll eventually have to replace the wire. So see, like several times it's happened, but I'd like to also go to my next thing. Let's say, for instance, at your condensing unit, you have a squealing noise. It sounds like it's caused by the fan out there. First thing you can do, you can cut off power and you can try to get some oil or something to lubricate it, make it run a little smoother. Sometimes that'll work. If it's too far gone, it will not work. But those are some pretty basic preventive maintenance things you can do for your air conditioning side, the summertime. And I'm going to take it on over onto the winter, to the heating portion of it. And a lot of people have gas packs because it's a lot cheaper for heating in the winter. Like if you're running your regular heat pump and you're doing your emergency heat, you're going to have one heck of an electric bill. So everybody runs not everybody, but a lot of people like to have gas packs, and gas packs are great, but there's a lot of things you need to watch out for on them. So like gas packs every year, I found a lot in like those little burners and the igniters. There's some sort of little species of like a spider that likes to somehow get in there. It's about the size of the end of a pencil, but it's enough to keep your igniters from lighting. And if you can get in there and you can clean them out, like just anything compressed air, anything can clean them out. It ain't nothing. Like if you can get them cleaned out, they'll start up and they'll burn, and you won't have to call somebody. It'll save you money. It'll save you time. It'll get your heat up and going. And thing is, on another thing on them gas packs, they got heat exchangers. Them heat exchangers, over time, they're bad to rust out. When they rust out, you get that carbon monoxide released into your house and your ductwork. It can be real fatal. It's also been known to kill people. So I strongly suggest checking that out before ever start up, whenever you're transferring from AC to heat. And into my next thing, I'd like to talk about, most people that do run just a regular heat pump with their electric strip heaters. They like to unplug their strip heaters to save their electric bill. Well, running your heat pump all the time is very strenuous on your unit. It's going to take a life off of it. So I mean, no matter what, if you're going to do that way, at least keep your strip heaters on. I mean, it'll save you in the long run, even though it's going to affect on the bill, but it'll save you doing from a change out. I mean, because it's going to be a heat pump, it might be able to hold up for like a 2-degree difference between desired temp and what your temp is in your house, because heat pump ain't that efficient really. That's why it calls for them strip heaters come on, and that's what raises your bill. But running that heat pump all the time for like periods of time, because it'll run and run and run till it tries to satisfy or till something breaks. And run like that, like I said, be very strenuous on the unit, and over time it is going to kill it. And here I'd like to go into into some good practices like most people don't think of. See, like I know people, they get off work and you gotta mow your yard and stuff. Like, well, mowing your yard, I know your mower ejects grass clippings on one side. Well, when you're going around your condensing unit, if you blow in grass clippings on your condensing, it's going to clog up your cools, like I said earlier, with the summer heating and air. So just try to eject your grass clippings away from your unit before it gets sucked up in the unit, and you can also clog up the drain if it's out there. And that's just one practice. Here's another one. I also had a question about this too. I said, let me find the question real quick. Here's the question. Is it more efficient to let your house heat up? Is it more efficient to let your house cool all day rather than letting it heat up during the day and then recooling it at night? No, I would not do that. It is not cheaper on your bill. It's just harder on your equipment. It's easier just leave your thermostat at one satisfying temperature that you and your family or whoever's in your household likes, and just leave it there. Let your unit cycle on and off, because it ain't gonna run that much. Yeah, in the biggest time of the heat load, it'll run 25, 30 minutes most, because it's already been keeping up with itself. But whenever you turn it off, like you're going to work or something, then you come back, it's gonna run for hours. It's gonna pull more amps. It's gonna be a lot harder on your electric bill that month. I mean, personally, I would just leave it on all day at work, and I wouldn't ever touch the thermostat other than whenever I'm going to change from cooling to heat. I wouldn't touch it. Here's another one. This is for them gas packs I was talking about. Maintain your carbon monoxide detectors. If you do your preventive maintenance tips and you check out your heat exchanger and it doesn't have a hole in it at the time, it don't mean it won't do it eventually. So like if you're running your gas heat and it's burning through them heat exchangers and you don't know about it, and that carbon monoxide comes through your vents while you're asleep or something, it can kill you. But if you maintain your carbon monoxide detectors, you stand a better chance, is what I'm saying. Like, because that stuff can be real fatal to you if it goes unnoticed. Here's another one. This one ain't that major, but it can save you money also. Like, keep up your batteries and your thermostat, because yeah, when your batteries go out, your thermostat's still going to stay on. But if you ever have a power flicker or something, a surge, if you have a Wi-Fi stat, all your memory and your thermostat's gone. And if you don't know how to reprogram it, you have to get somebody to come out there and program it for you. So I would definitely do that. But I'm also going to go over some more questions that I received this week. Let me see the one that says, does updating the wall control unit or thermostat improve energy savings, even on an older unit? No, it don't. I mean, whether you have old mercury stat or you have a new digital stat, you're still running the same unit, pulling the same amperage. it ain't gonna make no difference on your light bill. I went over all the questions I have received this week, and if anybody else has a question for me that they would like me to answer the best of my ability, go ahead and ask me.
Hey, Cody, I've actually got a few that have come through in the chat for you.
Okay.
What is the best temperature to run in the summer and winter for the life of your unit?
Me, I like about 72 for like a good neutral temperature. It ain't that hard to meet the desire of it, but then again, it ain't that hard on your electric bill either. I mean, if it ain't like put it at 68 or something and it be 90 something degrees outside. I know it's only like a 4-degree temperature difference between 68 and 72, but it can be a big difference on your, compared to like how much action goes on, like how much you go in and out the door, just anything, insulation ratings. I mean, all of them play a difference between 4 degrees.
That's really interesting. Also, when you talked about cleaning cools, when you clean those cools, should you be using soap or dish detergent? Is there anything in particular you use to clean them?
Well, they make a cool cleaner you can buy in gallon jugs. Some of it's better than others, but on a residential unit, me really just getting right up on it, like with a water hose with soft pressure and just taking your time and doing it right is just as good to me. I don't really think you need the cool cleaner for that. But I mean, if you want to, you can go that far and get cool cleaner and spray on it and let it sit for a minute and then spray it off. As long as it's all about the pressure on your hose so you don't bend the fins on it, and plus you still get your dirt and stuff out.
Another question for you, Cody. What is your position on continuously running the unit fan all year long?
Running the unit fan ain't that hard on the bill. It ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, like I said, when you get your bills, whenever your compressor comes on in your condensing unit, that's where you pull all your amperage. That's what you're paying for. But running your fan year round, it ain't gonna hurt it. It ain't gonna do nothing to it. It might shorten the life of your fan, but that's the worst thing that's gonna happen to it.
Other questions for Cody? Feel free to unmute if you'd like to ask, or you can put those in the chat.
Sorry guys, I went a little faster than I planned on, but I mean, it's just that easy, guys.
I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but I learned that I'm doing a lot of things wrong. So there's that.
Anybody got any questions? I'm willing to answer anything to the best of my knowledge.
Cody, how long have you worked in HVAC work?
Well, I started my junior year at high school.
Oh, wow.
And so, I mean, I'm probably been about 3.5, 4 years right now. Yeah, I started out in residential heating and air, and then I come to UT Facility Services and got introduced in the commercial side of it.
Well, we're glad that you're on this side now. All right. Any more questions today?
Don't be shy now.
If you think of questions later on, you all have my email, so you can send those to me and I can pass those along to Cody as well. So we can work on getting answers if something else pops up later. This session has been recorded. I will send it out to the participants so that you have it for reference as well. All right. Seeing no other questions. Hearing no other questions.
Dennis, thanks a lot.
Yes, thank you, Cody.
Oh, you're welcome, guys.
It's great to have so many experts in facility services.
Yeah.
All right, well, we will close this Zoom out. You all can go grab some lunch and thank you for joining us today. Be looking for our next one in the spring.